trust a fart. It's pretty funny until it's not. Good morning, friends. Been driving for about an hour and a half. It's about 4:40. Came down Interstate 35, hopped on to Interstate 90, heading west 740 or so miles before I have to make my next turn. I finally made it here after waking up at 3 a.m. driving 12 hours west through Sturgis, South Dakota in the middle of the bike rally, and a couple hours farther west I'm in Wyoming. I'm back in the Bighorn Mountains. Specifically, I'm in Cloud Peak Wilderness area, and I'm going to be doing the Solitude Loop. I started out down here from the Hunter Trailhead, did my permit at the kiosk there, and I'm off for 4 or 5 days. Make this 70-mile trek up and down at about 9,000 feet now. On my way out here, got a couple messages. First one from my buddy Rob, who sent me a screenshot from Minneapolis news station showing 29-year-old guy named Grant went missing. He went up to Cloud Peak, the actual peak, made it to the top, said it was a lot harder than he expected, and he disappeared after that for, it's going on 4 days now. So I'm going to be doing Solitude Loop, which goes around Cloud Peak, but I opt not to go up Cloud Peak Wilderness. There's a lot of boulder hopping, which I'm not a big fan of, especially when I'm hiking solo like this trip. Yeah, it's just too risky doing it by yourself, and I was just gonna stick to the trail. Anyway, we got some miles to cover today. It's late afternoon. Gonna try to get 11, 12, 13 miles in. Hi there.
Look at these instances in that part.
Yeah, we'll see about that. On day one, I started at the Hunter Trailhead and hiked 11 miles. I walked into the Solitude Loop and headed north to Elk Lake. Finally made it to the wilderness area, probably about 5 miles in. Probably about 1.5 miles up to the split, then I'll actually be on the loop. But 3, 4 o'clock is my least favorite time of the day to be hiking, and I'm feeling it from waking up early and a 12-hour drive. So I'll tough it out, get up to where I plan to camp, and I am probably going to sleep very good tonight. Looking at my map, and I saw that it didn't look like that I was going to have any more water sources before I came to my campsite. So went down, filtered some water at a creek, even though I had quite a bit of water left, just to fill up because I knew I was going to have a climb. So I came to the split, took a right there. I'm going counterclockwise, and I've been going up a big hill for quite a while. Just kind of flattened out here, but it's about 6:15, and sure enough, when I walk into the woods, well, I'm shooting a video here, but trust me, I'm kind of up by the mountains now, and even though I'm tired, it's good to see that and good to feel that mountain breeze, because now I remember why I wanted to come here. You know, it's not some crappy rocky road that I had to walk on for 6 miles or 5 miles. It's getting up to the mountains, seeing the mountains up close, feeling the mountains through the wind. Just crossing over 10,000 feet. Whew. I haven't looked at my watch lately. It's probably about 7 o'clock. Oh. Real beautiful up here though. Can't really point that way too much with the sun. But I have to climb up to 10,600 feet. And then it kind of goes down probably 700 feet to Elk Lake, where I'm hoping I can find a spot to hang my hammock. Whew. Have I mentioned? It's been a long day. Finally made it up over that saddle. If I zoom in here, you can see that I just follow cairns. And the sun has finally gone behind that mountain. It's actually a little chilly now. You can see up ahead here, there's Elk Lake. I'm not 100% sure. I know I go around the side here. Not exactly sure if I'm going to be able to find a place to hang my hammock. So I did hike this last year, and there are trees there. They're looking like pine trees. Who knows if there's an opening big enough for my hammock. If not, I might have to keep on walking 2, 3, 4 miles. But it won't be going up over a mountain. But it's cool enough. If I have to keep on going, I might have to put some clothes on. It's a little chilly. It's a little after 8, walking by Elk Lake here, walking down through the trees, but I haven't found a good place to hang my hammock yet. So just gonna keep on walking. I know the worst case scenario is, you know, where I camped last year. There's a lot of areas. There's a reservoir up here for hanging a hammock. But just gonna keep my eyes open as I'm walking. You know, I don't need flat, just a couple decent sized trees, 15, 20 feet apart with not a whole lot of underbrush underneath. So we'll see what happens. Here's a little bit better view of Elk Lake. You can see that there are a couple of moose down in the water there. Didn't see those till right now. Climbing out of the water. Looks like they see me up here. Whew. But anyway, you can see here, rocky. You can kind of see the woods that I was hoping to hang a hammock in, but if you look a little closer, not good hammock hanging trees or trees for hanging your food bag. But the sun is gone. That up there is not the sun. I see some clouds rolling in there. That means I should probably keep on moving. Moose are kind of cool down there though. Looks like there's a rack on one of them there. But yeah, it's hard to hike at a really fast pace here because the trail's been rocky. So you kind of got to watch, make sure you don't slip. But it is what it is. A little darkness never, well, maybe darkness has killed people. found a place to camp. It wasn't real far. I'm still on the lake there. Kind of a tight little spot with some trees here. When I went to go hang my food up, I did find a big open area right behind my trees here, but this is probably better for me just because if the wind does come off of the lake there, I have a little bit of a block where it won't hit me as much. So, just had a cookie for dinner. Was walking around, I saw some poop like 10 feet that way. Couldn't identify exactly what it was. It's probably a moose or an elk, maybe. It's real strange. It wasn't a bear because it wasn't, a pile, but it wasn't real clean pellets. So anyway, I'm tired. I am going to fall asleep here. I was planning on getting up early, but I don't know if I'm sleeping well. Maybe I'll just let myself sleep and get a little bit later start because I was lacking some sleep from last night. So we'll see you tomorrow. On day 2, I only hiked 6 miles from Elk Lake up to the Willow Park Reservoir. Good morning. It's about 10:30. I'm up to that next water reservoir. Haven't hiked a whole lot today. Kind of struggling. I'm going to give you the insight here. It's kind of gross. But last night when I was getting towards camp, I was farting really badly. Really stinky. My burps were really stinky and tasted like vomit. Set up camp, did my business before I went in the hammock, went to sleep. Woke up this morning, laying in my hammock. And you ever heard the phrase, never trust a fart? It's pretty funny until it's not. So ended up doing that in my hammock, got out quick, finished it. Then got all packed up. Been drinking lots of water in the 3.5 hours since I've been hiking. I think I've pooped like 5-6 times. And there's no consistency to it at all. So I'm going kind of slow. I started feeling a little lightheaded. I took a little break back by that bridge. Taking another break here in a nice campsite. Trying to make up my mind if I keep on pushing, even though I'm struggling with probably dehydrated from all that pooping and such. I had planned a big day today, but I'm not really feeling like I'm up to it. So I don't know if I'm going to have to turn back or keep on going, but I think I'm just going to set up camp here. See how I feel, see how I rebound. Feels a little weird being it's only like 10:30 in the morning, but I guess you got to know your body, and I'm not sure my body is up to climbing mountains and doing 24 miles today. So, Time to relax. Well, it's 5 o'clock. I was looking through my ditty bag and I found a couple of anti-diarrhea pills that actually expired in 2020, but I decided to take them anyway. Been laying in my hammock. The sun came down and was shining on me, so I had to deploy my tarp. And I had to stop and take a break halfway through what usually takes 5 minutes just because I wasn't feeling very good. But now I've been laying in my hammock after that for a while. I got up the confidence to eat some beef sticks, some Doritos, a protein bar. But I'm all out of water, so I need to go down to the reservoir and grab some more water and see when I stand up, if everything stays in or what's going on. So it's cooled down nicely though, so it feels pretty good out here right now. Well, here's an update. May not be a good time while I'm making food to discuss this, but got out of my hammock to go down and filter water. Had a sudden urge to urinate. So I go ahead and do that. And liquid was coming out multiple holes on the body. So cleaned up after that mess. Went down, washed my hands in the pond, grabbed some water, filtering water. Now I'm making some dinner here. I've decided, I just can't stop eating just because I'm having intestinal issues, or else I'm going to feel worse from not eating. So, making my Mountain House spaghetti here. Decided that was the best option of my three. Which ones would be, I don't know, not as difficult coming back up. Definitely not buffalo mac and cheese. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. When I was laying in my hammock, I was starting to feel better until I got out and all that happened. I've been messaging my wife on my Garmin, and she told me to take, it says to take 2 of the antidiarrheals right away, and then 1 with each poop afterwards. So I took another one. Not sure if that's going to help, if they're expired, so they're not working. You may be wondering, why does he have anti-diarrhea pills from 2020 in his backpack? Well, I haven't had this problem in 5 years, so I still have those same old pills. But when I was laying in my hammock, I was thinking, well, maybe I could still finish this hike. I can, you have 55 miles to go. I could do a 24, a 24, and a 7. I have a hard deadline of when I have to be out of here, but I'm doubting I can go 24, 24, and 7. So we'll see. Miracles happen, but if not, I have, 15, 16 miles to get back to my car. So do that over 1 or 2 days and get out of here. But we'll see how I'm feeling in the morning. Hopefully I'll sleep good tonight, but not every trip goes as planned. On day 3, I hiked 18 miles from the Willow Park Reservoir past Elk Lake and down to the lead-in trail back to my car. Good morning, friends. I decided to start hiking backtracking towards the car instead of getting deeper out into the wilderness. Maybe putting myself in a spot that wasn't good. Oh, climbing up this. Oh. Big loose rock ATV trail. This part of the Solitude Loop doesn't, it goes outside of the wilderness area. So that's why I'm seeing ATV trails. But I'm feeling a little better today. Wasn't quite sure until I started hiking how it was going to go. Still not 100%, but okay to hike for a little bit anyway. Whew. All right, time to get up this mountain. How you doing?
Hi there. We're with Johnson County Search and Rescue, but have you...
7 ATVs just went by. They identified themselves as the county search and rescue. So I don't know if they're still out looking for that missing hiker. Or one guy mentioned, yes, if I'd seen a radio that they had lost. So looking for that or the hiker or both. But, oh, I sure hope they find that guy. Hard to believe, but I wasn't watching my phone for navigation. I took the wrong trail. But you can make lemonade out of lemons. We just saw those waterfalls. I had this view. But now I need to backtrack. Get back to where I'm supposed to be going, because this is dead end with a beautiful campsite. Made it back down to Elk Lake. There's a lot of rocks in the lake there. I keep on looking to see if any of them are moving. Kind of like those moose that I saw yesterday or 2 days ago. So luckily there was a trail connecting my alternate route there to come down here. So it was out of the way, but not too bad. So this is where I gotta go. I'm gonna go up there on that saddle. So I got a little bit of climbing, and then it's downhill. Oh, still making my way up that saddle. One thing, if you've never been in the mountains, your perception of distance is way off. And oh, it's a long ways. It doesn't look super steep here, but it is. Looking back down where I came up, Elk Lake. I'm like walking for 30 seconds, take a break. Walk for 30 seconds, take a break. I definitely made the right decision to not to try to crush out the rest of this trip, because My body's just not ready. Oh, it sucks. Stopping and taking a little break here. Having some lunch. Filtered some water. There's just a little, I don't know if it's a spring or a creek or what. Ice cold, really clear water right there. Filtered it up. Rested in the shade. I'm happy to report that I am starting to trust my farts again. After 24 hours of having to assume the poop position on a tree anytime I wanted to pee and running out of toilet paper very quickly. So this is what I have been using as toilet paper. God's toilet paper. Not real effective, but I don't think it's going to leave a rash. So I got about 2 miles down to where the split is. Head up that tail towards the car. Still not sure if I'm going to camp or head out tonight. We'll just see what the body can deliver, and that's all we can do. Well, made it back to the Subi. Oh, thank the Lord. A couple of reasons why I decided to hike all the way through and get out of here. First of all, you can imagine with my intestinal issues how bad I smell. But yesterday, when I got to camp, I told my wife, diarrhea, not feeling good, gotta stop. Like 11 o'clock in the morning. And she said, oh, that's bad, whatever. So I turned off my Garmin, woke up this morning, and there were like 8 messages from her. And her imagination was getting the best of her, worrying about me. So I figured I better do the best thing and get out of the woods and have contact with her on my phone. So yeah, this was a hard hike, even though I'm a little embarrassed I had to quit. But no way I could have done that whole trail in my current situation. So anyway, thanks for coming along. You know what? I'm going to be headed out to the Tahoe Rim Trail, which is 170 miles. So hopefully I toughen up a little bit, feel a little bit better, because that's going to be a little bit longer of a hike than this one. If you want to see that, go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm going to go get all showered up, cleaned up. But don't worry, I'll be back out there and maybe you'll see me on the trail.